I think our goal as an organisation is to be a place where people can come together around the community and just sort of come together as a community instead of being apart and learn about sustainability. That's not just like in terms of like, you know, do the recycling, it's in terms of like social sustainability and living together. Because I think that, you know, we live in a society where, you know, I'm in competition with you, right? And we compete for grades and goods and everything we do, right? We're in competition with each other and we don't come together. And all the crises that we face, whether it's the ecological crisis or the climate crisis or inequality crisis, it's because we're driven apart from each other and we're not standing together and we're not fighting together, because when we fight collectively, we win. I'm Adam. I'm sort of a facilitator at Ecole. I'm one of the sort of 10 people that we sort of live here and help organise sort of the activities that go on here and helps to, and sort of the core of what we do at Ecole, yeah. So Ecole's ultimately like a project about living together and living sustainably, and we are a hub for like many groups to meet here, so diverse, and like all the sort of climate groups and some Indigenous allyship groups and all sorts of groups meet here and sort of get stuff going. But ultimately, like, a lot of people know it as just like a space to like meet and stuff, but it's about sort of like saying, like, it's about bringing 10 people together and like really from diverse backgrounds and saying like the problems that like, I don't know, the problems of our society that we're like apart from each other and we're separated, so it's about living together. So we also got like a couple of like collective projects and some other initiatives. So for example, my project is I'm running like a climate communication workshop, because that's my background, about how can we sort of communicate about the climate crisis in a way that's sort of hopeful, but in a way that's also honest. I mean, I got involved with sort of the sustainability scene when like I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand, also known as like our colonial name, New Zealand, and like my house was like destroyed by like the sea when I was a kid, and like the waves were like, you know, crashing into like my neighbour's living room, and I sort of thought like and it's the same in Brazil. I think that if we're facing the sustainability crisis like we are now, what's it like for the people in the Pacific that don't have the same emergency services, you know, and the Indigenous people who are over impacted by the crisis? So I think that's why we all do have a responsibility to come together and do that collectively. We live in a university where we are becoming more sustainable, and they're putting more like, you know, sustainable carpets or whatever, but the more systemic stuff about connecting communities isn't done by the university. And obviously things like this is supported in some ways by the university, and that's amazing. And the university, I think, says the right things, which is a really big step. It's saying the right things is so much better than saying nothing, but I think it's about doing the right things as well that needs to change.